Alright, welcome to another episode of Perfect Peace, where we are working on my 1989 Ford F150 that was my Great Uncle Orville Lee's. So today we're going to try to get stuff running and get stuff plugged back in and hopefully have it a runner here before too long. So what we're doing is we're splicing into the fuel pump and the fuel lines. And so essentially you can see the fuel filter hanging down right there, one of them. So what we did is we hacked into the fuel tank line that runs this way, put a fuel filter on the end of it, because whenever the pickup's running, that fuel pump in the tank will run. So we're going to use that fuel pump to just pump out whatever's in the tank, and then we'll filter it. And then we're going to put that gas into the old tank, because it's got a can of seafoam in it, and then run it again and get that tank to run out. We got a tank of fresh gas here that we're going to then plumb into the rail pump that's right here, and that'll hopefully service the pickup, and hopefully, if we're lucky, the pickup will run. That's the plan anyways, so we'll see what we can do here.
It's hard to see, but what Dad's doing is he's plumbing into the fuel pump that's within the rail line there. And then that line, there we go. That line, we're going to dip that into this tank of fresh gas here and see if maybe we can get this to pop off again and clean out. So this tank here is going to be the old fuel that was going to pump out at the same time. New fuel in there. That's the theory. Both have got filters on them because that's good for them.
And it'll help drain or catch any particulates that come out, which I'm sure there'll be some. Oh. Alright. Well, that's right. We don't have an air filter anymore.
Oh, you have an air filter. You just, yeah, we'll be all right for this. So.
Yeah.
So it's pretty clear here.
All right, is it on?
It's on.
All right, baby. Let's get you to run again, maybe.
Factoring that line though.
Oh, do you want to do that first?
Yeah.
We're just gonna jump at this.
Yeah, just for a little minute. I want to see if it'll. I want to get it through that filter at least.
Okay. Good to go.
That's good.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
You want me to keep pumping?
Just look here. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
I wonder if it's calling for fuel. Because I don't hear this pump running.
Yeah, but I don't think it runs during start procedure.
The little pump or the line pump?
Yeah.
I thought we heard it run.
Well, it runs for 2 seconds, then stops.
Okay, so we just need to turn it off and on multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cycle the key.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
Okay, so we got cycled. Just kind of priming everything up here. Contact. Oh yeah! Oh yeah. There you go, Dad. I would say 4 or 5. Down. That's good. So we're currently running on this tank. What's that? And we'll give a little gas.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
It's running off of this pump cycle.
Well, and it's supposed to be a high pressure system, so it probably needs a closed circuit. I'll try it again. Alright, here we go. Contact. Contact. There you go. Alright. Alright. Dad and I are back at it. The goal is we're getting the bed pulled off. So far we've got 4 of the bolts pulled, but the 2 in the middle are a joy. And so Dad seems to think he wants to put a bar on it to get it off. I think I'm just going to grind them off. So we'll see who wins. But yeah. Alright, so we're all winners here. Dad's side came off. Actually, without a fight, it was not too bad. And then mine, we had to grind off because it was bad shape. It's super dry around here right now, and so we opted to use a Dremel to at least get it started and kind of finish it off with the grinder, and it worked pretty good. A Dremel held in there pretty good, but the middle of these bolts is pretty stout stuff, so took a little bit, and then, you know, try not to eat into the bed as much as possible. So, but yeah, we're gonna get this thing dumped off and then get the bed pulled. I don't know if we'll do that tonight or tomorrow, and then we start dropping tanks. You want to get in, Dad? I'll push you out. Okay. Yeehaw! Got the parking brake off? So we got our pickup picked and pulled off the trailer. It's the next morning here, so we're going to get the filler necks pulled off. And so there's a couple of bolts inside of each one of these, and then disconnect our electrical under there, and then we're going to rig this for being picked off. So I'll have to go grab the tractor here in a little while, and we'll get this thing off and see if we can get another thing accomplished today. Well, got her done. It is so nice having that off of here so I can actually see what's going on and work on stuff a lot easier. So it's kind of wild how much smaller the pickup looks without it. The frame is just so tiny. But so upon further inspection, I'm glad I'm doing what I'm doing, because tanks are, starting to rust, and they look worse from the bottom actually. And the frame is still perfectly salvageable. I mean, it's the rust is it's just surface rust, which is really awesome. But I still want to be able to sand stuff down good, get a good coat of undercoat on it. My muffler, I'm quickly discovering, is going to have to be replaced. So I'll have to get that cut out. And then, looking at the rear end, I'm already going to do shocks. So it'll be nice to be able to do those topside. And then the sway bar I was going to do, but I think the sway bar itself is fine. I think I just need to put new links in, so I'm going to do that. And I don't know, I haven't decided on the leaf springs yet. The bushings don't look amazing. but they don't look completely gone either. I mean, they're definitely cracked. So I don't know. I might wait on that portion. I might regret that, but we'll see. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to diving in. We're gonna get the tanks dropped eventually here, and then we will start sanding and start replacing parts and get this thing looking brand spanking new again. Oh yeah, Mom, if you're watching this, thank you for your help with keeping this from going through the back window. You did a great job. Thank you. All right. And we're going to start dropping fuel tanks out. So the reason why I like this idea of doing this from the top side is because of these lines right here are kind of a pain in the butt to get to when you drop them from the bottom. And there's a bunch of other work I want to do in here, so that's why I thought it'd be a good idea just to do it this way. But what makes this a pain is every single fuel line has got these little plastic clips in them. And thankfully this model year, apparently in the newer ones, you got to have a special tool to get these out. But these, you just got to pull the plastic clip out, and then these just slide off. So actually makes it pretty easy in that way. But even easier now that we're topside. So we'll disconnect all this stuff here, and then got a couple straps underneath of each of these tanks, and then hopefully the tank should just drop right out. So let's see what we can do. All right, so we got everything disconnected on the rear tank. If you remember, this was the one that was really rancid gas, and I'm not sure if you can see in there or not, but you can see it's just a complete coat of rust and not good stuff down in there. So that's good that we decided to replace the tanks. All right, bolts are off. Every single one of them fought me. So you guys that are in the Rust Belt, I'm sorry, your job sucks if you're a mechanic. We don't have to deal with that as much up here. This is the first time I've really had to beat through a bunch of rust and all that, and well, it's just not very fun. So get this tank dropped out here. That'll work. All right, one down, one to go. Ooh. That's not going to help things. This front tank's almost in worse shape than the back tank. Yeah, if I ever doubted if this was a good idea, now I'm really glad I did this. Could it be a bolt that might possibly not fight me? Whoops. Well, that tank was a lot fuller than I thought it was. I guess I maybe should have siphoned the gas out before, but I really didn't think there was that much in there. But this is almost full and not clean at all. Okay, We're going to get a little dirty here. We're going to start sanding and, or I guess wire wheeling stuff. And then hopefully get this frame cleaned up. I did decide that I'm going to go ahead and replace the leaf springs. So I got those ordered and on the way. And, well, this is quickly becoming more expensive than I could have thought. But that's okay. I think it'll be nice when it's done, and we'll just keep chipping away at it here. So. Wire wheeled best as I could. I'm not gonna go crazy on this. I mean, it really is not that bad actually. A lot of it's just surface rust, but at the end of the day, I mean, this pickup is what it is. So I'm already sinking a whole bunch of money into it, but yeah. So obviously I'm not going to do most of the components like the shocks and the springs and that stuff because those are all going to get replaced. Next step is to go ahead and coat this guy. All right, we are ready to paint. Got things sprayed off. Today's product we're using is RP-342, which apparently is used by the military. Good enough for them, good enough for me, I think. But yeah, it's protective wax coating. So we'll see how this stuff works. I've used Rust-Oleum in the past, and it works pretty good. But this had even better reviews, so we'll see what happens here. But keep in mind, this restoration is not a complete, you know, down to nothing build-up restoration. We're on a tight teacher budget, so we're just trying to do what we can and save what we can. But you know, even with this frame job or whatever, the frame's actually in pretty good shape. But we're just kind of, you know, we're sprucing it up a little bit. You know, hopefully give a couple more years out of it. Yeah, that stuff works incredible. It's got great spray. 2 cans and we got the first coat on. We didn't go underneath the pickup. Mom and I just kind of went hog wild and didn't really have a plan. And so we'll, after this cures, we'll go underneath and we'll work our way from bottom to top then and just kind of get it laid in good, make sure it's nice and even. But yeah, this stuff it's pretty awesome. Looks good, wet anyways. So we'll see what it looks like when it dries and go from there. But I mean, for a spray can restoration, I'll take it. All right, next morning here. So undercoat is still just a little tacky. It's not bad, but so we're just gonna let this set up for a while. I figured this morning we could just do some odds and ends before I gotta take off, and so I figured I'd start with my air box. For those that don't know, like I did, you should not use starting fluid on motors of this nature because, well, I thought maybe it just needed to, you know, kind of work through some of the old fuel it had or whatever to get some of the fresh fuel, and so I was like, we'll just keep it running on some ether. Well, they don't like that. I didn't film it, thankfully, but you know, I literally blew the top of my air cleaner off when we were trying to start it with the starting fluid. So bad idea. So that was a $75 mistake, but I was able to find one at a junkyard, so we'll get this guy installed and hopefully not be dumb again. hopefully I won't blow this one up. All right.